What's up, Dunkers and Dunkettes? It's Wayne Duncan, No Vision Duncan, and we're here with the Madden 22 Kansas City Chiefs realistic rebuild. Still holding on to our one Super Bowl win. Now that we are the juggernaut Kansas City Chiefs, no excuses. We have to come out of this with at least, I ain't even going to say at least one Super Bowl. I want multiple Super Bowl wins in this rebuild. No excuses. We're the Chiefs, the juggernaut Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, all them boys, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. No excuses. We got to come out of this and get another ring on my finger. But let's waste no more time. Let's go ahead and meet the team before the preseason. And like I said, Patrick Mahomes, I call him Patrick Mahomey, the baby goat. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, running back. Jared McKinnon, former Viking. Darrell Williams, Gore, Michael Burton, and then Cheetah, Tyreek Hill, probably the fastest player in the league. Cole Hartman, Demarcus Robinson, my cousin. That's Laheem, my cousin. He's got the same last name. Byron Pringle, and then Travis Kelce. So Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes. Going to try to keep all three of them. I don't know if Travis Kelce retires at some point, 5 years down the line, but that's the big three. We're keeping the big three together. Got Noah Gray, the rookie tight end. Orlando Brown, left tackle. Joe Thuney, former Patriot. Creed Humphrey, Austin Blythe, Trey Smith. They got Kyle Long, Mike Remmers, Lucas Niang. So, not going to lie, I ain't know the offensive line. I know they improved it the past offseason, but I didn't know it was this deep. Like, they got depth. You got Orlando Brown, Thuney, Creed Humphrey are definitely the starters. Even Austin Blythe is like a Band-Aid starter in the league. Trey Smith, the rookie at guard. Kyle Long is a Band-Aid starter. Got Mike Remmers even. He could start. And then, Lucas Niang. So, I don't know if these guys – I know Thuney has a depth trait. Orlando Brown. Creed Humphrey, does he have one? Yep, his is hidden. Trey Smith got star. Kyle Long probably has normal. And then Mike Remmers, I know, has normal, but Lucas Niang has star. So probably start him. And then Melvin Ingram, the former Charger, former Steeler at left end. We see him go off a couple of rebuilds with the Chiefs. Frank Clark, former Seahawk. Chiefs paid him big money. I think that is kind of a bad contract, though. Chris Jones, one of the best interior defensive linemen. Got Derek Nottie, Jaron Reed, another former Seattle Seahawk. They got Kalen Sanders still. Then linebackers, probably one of the weaker positions on the defense. They got Dorian O'Daniel, Anthony Hitchens, the veteran. They got the rookie Nick Bolton, and Willie Gay, the second year outside linebacker. So definitely got to rebuild this O-line. I mean, we could develop Dorian O'Daniel, Nick Bolton, and Willie Gay. L'Jarius Sneed, second-year corner. With that star dev, Javarius Ward, Mike Hughes, the former Minnesota Viking, Rashad Fenton, DeAndre Baker, the former Giant. So, I mean, they got some depth at cornerback, but I think they still need, that cornerback one. I think L'Jarius Sneed could be the cornerback one. Then they got Juan Thornhill, Daniel Sorensen, and the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, who is a free agent in real life. And like I said, with, the free agency going on in real life, and with me doing my rebuilds right now, sometimes in these rebuilds, I'm going to try to replicate what's going on in real life. But then again, because I am the GM, I'm going to make some moves that I think is best for the team and best for the rebuild and best for me trying to win Super Bowls. Like Honey Badger might be going to a different team. But in this rebuild, if I got the money, I'm going to throw some money at him and try to keep him. I mean, why not? I mean, if he does end up leaving, we'll just wait for Madden 23, where he's not on the Chiefs. So, don't know what we're going to do there yet with Honey Badger. And then you got Harrison Bucker. That's how you say it. And then Tommy Townsend at punter. So that's the team for year one. Preseason really doesn't really matter. We're just going to get through it. Hopefully we have no injuries. And then at the end, we're just going to upgrade the team, set the depth chart the way I want it. And we've seen how dominant the Chiefs are when the computer controls them, but now that we're controlling them, I bet you, man, Madden is gonna pull some crazy ass shit and make us go like 6-11. Watch what I tell you. We're gonna go like 6-11. So we gotta cut 4 people. We'll put Shane, however you say his name, on the practice squad. Got a lot of tight ends. We'll keep Winchester for now, even though we don't really need long snappers. They got a lot of D tackles. Chris Lamons. Okay, so I'm guessing the long snapper we really don't need. I just hate cutting people that's on the roster, man. I hate doing that, but I might have to. Just don't need all those tight ends. Just don't need all those damn tight ends. Even though he's considered a long snapper. So I'll do, we got the left end. So we got that left end, the long snapper. It's got to cut 3 more people. 3 more people. And that free safety, Zane Anderson. I could cut Chris Lamons. You know what? I'm just going to cut Chris Lamons. I'm going to move him to the practice squad or that free safety. I'll move Zane Anderson to the practice squad, and then we'll cut the long snapper. And I do see that we have a team captain spot available. I don't know why. So we'll just go ahead and give it to somebody that deserves it. And why not give it to Chris Jones? Let's make Chris Jones team captain. Put that C patch on his jersey. And that should be it. That should be it. So let's go ahead and reorder the depth chart, and then we're going to set it the way we want it. Probably going to have Lucas Newlang start over Mike Rimmers, just because he has that star dev trait. Higher ceiling. Didn't like Mike Rimmers when he was I think he was part of the Minnesota Vikings at one point. Let's go ahead and reorder it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we either get to the Super Bowl, get to the AFC Championship, or even win the Super Bowl year 1. If we do end up winning it year 1, I don't think I'm gonna count it to my Super Bowl wins, just because it's the Chiefs, man. They're supposed to win, and with it being year 1, Pringle, Marcus Robinson, and looking at the roster, when we get to the offseason, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if we're just gonna re-up on the offensive side and just make them even that much stronger, or focus on the defense and try to make the team more balanced. And that'll be scary if we get, a better defense with this offense. Crazy. Definitely will win multiple Super Bowls if that happens. We got Dorian O'Daniel. We're going to start. I know Anthony Hitchens we'll start him, and then we'll have Nick Bolton. Actually, I'm going to start Nick Bolton. And then we got Willie Gay, Okafor, Snead. They got Mike Hughes, Ward. Watts. Special teams, they got Pringle, McKinnon, Rashad Fenton, Tyreek Hill, punt return, Harrison Buxter, Clyde was Hilaire, McKinnon, Darrell Williams, Hilaire. Slot receiver is Pringle. I don't like that. I think I'm going to do Tyreek. I got Pringle there. I'm going to do McCole Harmon right there. And then Ingram, Frank Clark, Rush D, Chris Jones, Noddy, Jaron Reed, Nick Bolton, O'Daniel. They have Hitchens. I want Willie Gay to get involved a little bit. And Ferris Ward, Fenton Baker. Yep. So that's the team. That's the depth chart for year one. Let's get on to the regular season. And because we are the Kansas City Chiefs, we're putting the pressure on Andy Reid year one. I'm not going to pick Super Bowl, though, because that would just be, I don't want to get him fired. But just to make the playoffs, at least. Actually, let's do it big, man. Let's do it big. Super Bowl, year one. Auto-generate the rookies for the draft class. Take a look at the prospects. Of course, we don't need any quarterbacks. We got Patrick Mahomes. There is a cornerback, Matt Ross. We could take corner, take left end, right end. Quarterback, O-line, receiver even. Could take a receiver. So some good prospects there. But let's see if we can beat the Cleveland Browns week one at home. Let's see what happens. And we win. High-scoring game, shootout. We dropped 40 on them. They dropped 40 on us, but 49-42. So that just shows you the defense still needs some working on. They actually had more passing yards than us. But look at that, 730 total yards game. I think that is the most total yards that I have ever seen in a sim when you're not playing the game yourself. I think that is the most I've seen in a sim. They had way more third down conversions than us. They had one more fourth down conversion than us. 5 red zone touchdowns. I don't know how we won that game. Baker and the Browns played great, but look at our defense. We got to him 5 times. It was Hilaire outrushed Nick Chubb. And then receiving, Tyreek Hill, Cheetah. 5 catches, 158 yards, 3 touchdowns. We got killed by Rashard Higgins. McCole Harmon was great. Ryan Switzer did his thing. But Demarcus Robinson had a touchdown. O-line played great. Only Lucas Newane gave up a sack. And then Melvin Ingram, Frank Clark, Derek Noddy, Nick Bolton, Chris Jones, all with sacks. Would you look at shout out to the special teams, man. Shout out to the special teams. Jared McKinnon with a kick return touchdown, and then Tyreek Hill with a punt return touchdown. So if it wasn't for those 2 special teams touchdowns, we definitely would have took that L to the Browns in week 1. Now we have a Sunday night football game against the Baltimore Ravens. Jaron Reed is back from his injury. Weekly awards, I'm guessing Patrick Mahomes. It was actually Travaris Ward with 16 tackles. So great tackling, cornerback. Delegate that. And we have to go on the road to Baltimore and see if we can beat the Ravens. Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews versus Travis Kelce. And we win 21-17, so a close game. Sunday night football. We got a turnover, they had a turnover. And once again, we got outplayed on third down conversions, but somehow we came out with a W. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick each for Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a touchdown. Sammy Watkins, the former Chief, killed us, so kind of a revenge game for him. But Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill did they thug. McCole Hartman had a touchdown. Mike Hughes with a half a sack. So did Melvin Ingram. And then Willie Gay with a pick inside the 20 twice for Tommy Townsend. No special teams touchdown this week, but we are 2-0, as we would expect to be. Mock draft. Do they have us projected to pick at 32? No, they don't. They have us picking 24, a wide receiver, Marco Waddell out of Texas A&M, 6'5", 221. I like that. I like that projected pick. Could be a possibility. We need a wide receiver 3, maybe even a wide receiver 2. if McCole Hartman doesn't develop the way we want him to, as L'Jarius Sneed is back from injury. We are going up against the 0-2 Chargers, the team that we just did in the rebuild. And 45-3. Chargers playing just like how they played for us in the sim. 45-3. Shut the running game down. No turnovers. We went for it on fourth down twice, so we were very aggressive. We were up 24-0 at halftime. Held them to only a field goal. 4 sacks against Justin Herbert. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. McKinnon with a touchdown. Byron Pringle, 100 yards, touchdown. Travis Kelce, over 100 yards with a touchdown. McCole Hartman had a TD. O-line giving up a couple sacks, but I ain't sweating it. Frank Clark, the sack and a half. Melvin Ingram, sack and a half. So the DNs doing their thing, balling out. Javarius Ward with the pick. And it was the Byron Pringle game. Weekly awards. We have Patrick Mahomes with the 3 passing touchdowns. So we are sitting at 3-0 atop of this tough-ass AFC West division. The Raiders also 3-0, Broncos 2-1, and the Chargers, just like us when we just had them, 0-3. Tyreek Hill did get hurt last game, but let's make sure that he is in that slot. I want him there. I do not want Pringle. And let's make sure, because they will put him back on kickoff return. I don't want him on kickoff return. Punt return is okay. Yeah, so I want Pringle, McKinnon. I want McKinnon, actually. McKinnon was great. And let's have... Yeah, that's fine. So let's go ahead and simulate week 4, 0-3 Eagles on the road. Wouldn't it be great for them to end our undefeated streak? And no, 34-26. And, I mean, both teams played. It was an even game to me. They went for it on fourth down 3 times. So they know you got to outscore the Chiefs. And they were actually playing well against us, 13-7 at the half. They was up 19-14 going into the fourth quarter, and we just outscored them in the fourth. 20 points in the fourth quarter for us. 4 touchdowns, no picks for Patrick Mahomes. Gardner Minshew got in a little bit because we must have hurt Jalen Hurts. 61 yards for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Quez Watkins killed our cornerbacks secondary, but Tyreek Hill, touchdown, 2 touchdowns for him, a touchdown for Travis Kelce, Demarcus Robinson, McCole Hartman, all with catches. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with a touchdown. Orlando Brown gave up 1 sack. Melvin Ingram, 2 sacks. Chris Jones, Frank Clark, Derek Nottie. They missed the extra pointer. And the Chiefs are 4-0. 4-0, so we off to a hot start. And we are going up against the 4-0 Bills TV primetime game. Don't know if it's Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. I don't give a damn. Let's beat the Bills. This could be the AFC Championship game. And we beat them 26-20. To go, it was a Sunday night game. To go 5-0, no turnovers to their 1 turnover. So that 1 turnover most likely was the deciding factor, and the game even went into OT. Would you look at that? Just like the playoffs, coin flip decides it all. 2 touchdowns, no picks. We got to Josh Allen 4 times, so this defense actually getting some pressure. A touchdown for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Travis Kelce, a 150, 2 touchdowns. Lucas Niang, Creed Humphrey, giving up a couple of sacks. Chris Jones, Melvin Ingram, Honey Badger, Nick Bolton with a half sack and a pick, L'Jarius Sneed, Dorian O'Daniel. And we did actually miss a field goal with Harrison Butker. But it didn't matter. Didn't matter. We get the win. We go to 5-0. And we are going up against the Washington Commanders. But we do have a new injury. Hopefully it's nobody important, and it is Honey Badger. So, it's only 3 games. We got some guys that can fill in for him. They're most likely going to play Daniel Sorensen over Amani Watts. And let's see if we can beat the Commanders on the road to improve the 6-0, keep our undefeated streak alive. And no, out of all the teams, we lose to the damn football team. 35-14. I mean, we turned the ball over. Only one red zone touchdown. They put 21 points in the fourth quarter. So defense kind of lost us that game. We couldn't run the ball on offense. Tyreek Hill was okay. Lucas Niang with that inexperience, giving up 3 sacks. Probably should have started Mike Rimmers. But we want to get the early jump and just start Niang with that star dev. So, no undefeated. We're not going 17-0. I know that was one of Patrick Mahomes' goals coming into the season to go undefeated, but it's not going to happen. And we have to go up against Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans on the road. Can we bounce back from that L to the Commanders? And we do. Close game, though. 27-24, win by 3 points. And we actually shut down, I wouldn't say shut down, but held them to under 100 yards rushing. That's great. You know, anytime you're playing against the king, Derrick Henry. Tannehill played great. So did Patrick Mahomes. Derrick Henry still did his thing, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Mahomes, both with rushing touchdowns. A.J. Brown went crazy. But Tyreek Hill had a touchdown. Orlando Brown and Trey Smith giving up a couple of sacks. Melvin Ingram and Frank Clark, Chris Jones. So the D-line is getting pressure. Mason Crosby missed the field goal for them. Thank you, Mason Crosby. He makes that. Game goes into overtime, and who knows what happens. Mock draft 2. Let's see if we improve. They had us at 24. And now they have us in a Super Bowl rematch losing to the Bucs, but they still have us taking a wide receiver, Enrique Virgil. So looks like they want us to take a receiver. They want us to add another weapon for Patrick Mahomes, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it as we have a Monday night football game against the Giants. But before that, we do have a breakout player scenario. It is Juan Thornhill. I believe he's already started. He might just be, is he normal? Can't remember if Juan Thornhill, he might have been a star in the last game. They probably knocked him down to normal. No, he's actually a star. So he has a chance to go up to superstar dev. That'll be great for the defense if that happens. And as Honey Badger is back from injury, let's make sure he's in, and he is. Let's see if we can improve to 7-1. And look at that. I finally playing a rebuild with a good team, and they still making it hard for us as the Raiders and Broncos are both 5-2. Madden, you know what you're doing. 2-5. Giants. We're at home. We beat them 31-21. I don't remember the requirements for Juan Thornhill, but what did we do? We got a turnover. They were actually up at the half, but O-line giving up no sacks. Saquon got 100 yards on us. But Jared McKinnon had a touchdown. Darrell Williams had a touchdown. So did Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So all 3 of our running backs and Travis Kelce all had touchdowns. O-line didn't give up no sacks. Melvin Ingram, Derek Nottie, Mike Hughes, Chris Jones, and then Travaris Ward, the pick. So I don't think, even though we won the game, I don't think Juan Thornhill hit that breakout scenario, but let's just double check. See if he did. Pretty quiet game. Yeah, he didn't hit it. So still having a great year, though. And we are at week 9. We are at week 9, so with it being week 9, mid-season mark, we are going to upgrade the team. And we are also going to look at the contracts. So I believe Honey Badger might be one, and he is. He wants 5 years, $70 million. Got the money for it. I know he's a free agent in real life. He hasn't signed anyone yet in real life while I'm recording this video. So I'm going to offer him this, and he wants to come back. Melvin Ingram, we're going to wait. Orlando Brown, we're going to give him a contract. They traded for him with the Ravens. And then we'll wait on Travaris Ward. We'll wait on Mike Hughes. We'll even wait on Derek Nottie and Jaren Reed. I did not know Jaren Reed, so at Star Dev. But we'll wait on him as well. Demarcus Robinson, Kyle Long. Yes, all these other guys are just depth pieces. But we're glad to have Honey Badger back. Got Orlando Brown Jr. back. And we are going up against the Green Bay Packers at home. Can we improve to 8 wins? And we lose by 2 points, 30-28 to the Packers. They just outrushed us. And the 3 turnovers, horrible on third down conversions. They were aggressive on fourth down, and we still only lost by 2 points. 3 picks for Mahomes. We couldn't run the ball. Jordan Love got in through a touchdown, and we still only lost by 2 points. Aaron Rodgers didn't even have a passing touchdown against us. Just a lot of passing yards. Couldn't stop A.J. Dillon. It was hilarious. Still had a touchdown. Randall Cobb killed us, but Tyreek Hill had 2 touchdowns. Mecole Hardman, 91 yards. Mike Rimmer's giving up a sack. And then L'Jarius Sneed, Dorian O'Donnell, Travaris Ward, Chris Jones, all at half sacks. I need full sacks, though. And Butker missing a field goal kind of cost us a game. Tucker McCann missed one for them. But if we would have just made that field goal, we would have won the game by a point. So I would say, even though that was a loss, it was a good loss, if that's such a thing that exists. And Willie Gay, kind of a breakout game for him. 12 tackles, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and a defensive touchdown. So the second-year guy, Willie Gay, playing great. We have a TV game against the Raiders. They're 6-2. We're 7-2. Broncos 6-3. So division implications, playoff implications, everything is on the line in this game as Lucas Niang is back from injury. And let's go ahead and put him in because Mike Rimmers did give up a sack. So I don't want him starting. And let's see if we can win this game on the road. And we do, 28-25, close game. So that puts us ahead in the division. Hopefully the Broncos lost as well. They actually killed us in the passing game. Both teams had a turnover. They went for it on fourth down 4 times. So as you see teams being very aggressive than us because they know they got to shoot it out with us. They got to run up the score and try to outscore us. That's what you got to do when you play the Chiefs. We got 5 sacks on Derek Carr. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with a touchdown. Darian Waller killed us, but Demarcus Robinson had a breakout game. Mecole Hardman had a touchdown, so that Travis Kelce, Joe Thuney, Melvin Ingram, Derek Nottie, Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, Willie Gay, Frank Clark, all with them sacks. L'Jarius Sneed with a pick. Tommy Townsend inside the 20 twice. So 7-2, Dallas Cowboys. If we do make it to the Super Bowl, this could be a team out of the NFC that we might play. But I ain't even going to talk about Super Bowl yet. Let's see if we can beat the Cowboys, go to 9-2, and then go into our bye week happy. And we do 28-19. We beat a tough team in the NFC. Only team we lost to so far is the football team, the Commanders. They're the only team that has beat us. Patrick Mahomes was great, flawless, no turnovers. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill. The receivers really didn't do that much. Travis Kelce had a touchdown. La'el Collins, who got cut by the Cowboys today, giving up a sack. And then Melvin Ingram with 2 sacks. L'Jarius Sneed, back-to-back games with a pick. And we are moving on to the bye week with a dub. So we are at the bye week, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade the team. And we are going to – should I look at the contracts again? Don't remember. I mean, we have Melvin Ingram, Travaris Ward, Mike Hughes with that star dev, Derek Nottie. And we got I mean, some questionable guys, man. Some guys we could bring back. Might even bring back Sorensen. I know they love him so much. Don't know yet. We'll just wait till the offseason for all that. And let's go ahead and play the Broncos. We got 2 back-to-back division games. We got Broncos, Raiders, and Chargers. Chargers, no factor, though. But the Broncos, just like the Raiders game, we already beat the Raiders. Let's go ahead and beat the 8-3 Broncos. Upgrade the team because it was the bye week. And let's see if we can beat the Broncos. We are at home. And we win 31-17, so another important game, division and playoff implications. That's not the game. It's the Cowboys game. We already looked at that. 31-17. We ran the ball, probably our best running game all season. We got some turnovers on the defense. Picked Teddy Bridgewater off 3 times. No sacks from the O-line. Clyde Edwards-Helaire having a great year. 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman, and Travis Kelce all doing their thing, balling out. And then we had Frank Clark and Dorian O'Daniel with half sacks. Tyrann Mathieu with his new contract getting a pick with Jerry Sneed. That's 3-peat, back-to-back games with picks. And then Travaris Ward trying to earn a new contract. I think they let him go in real life, though, so we might even let him go. Don't know yet. And then we get Kalon Sanders back. And we have a chance to sweep the Raiders, and we need to because they are 1 game behind us, sitting at 9-3. We sweep them here. We don't have to worry that much about them. Still got to finish out the season strong because they could win out if we just melt down and go on a losing streak. But let's go ahead and take care of business. Let's go ahead and just beat them so we don't have to worry about it, and we don't. 37-16, they become the second team to beat us. We don't sweep them as we have a Thursday night game against the Chargers coming up, and they shut our running game down. That's why we lost. And they were up 13-0 at the half. They were actually up 23-0 going into the fourth quarter. And it's like we kind of outplayed them. It was just the running game. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce killed them. Zay Jones did his thing against us. Chris Jones, Frank Clark, Derek Nottie, Rashad Fenton, all with sacks. Daniel Carlson was perfect for them, so they stay alive. They could still win the division title. 10-3, 10-3. We just have to beat the worst team in our division, the Chargers, in prime time, TV game. And we do. We dropped 56 to 12. We were pissed off that we lost that game to the Raiders. Had to work on a short schedule week. Thursday night football, we showed up and we showed out. Shut the running game down. 600 yards gained in total yards. 28-3 in the first quarter. It was over before. 5 touchdowns, no picks. Patrick Mahomes could be MVP. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes, that's 6 total touchdowns. Travis Kelce with 3 and 100. Travis Kelce, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So the offense just went crazy. Frank Clark, Chris Jones, Derek Nottie, Willie Gay, all with sacks. 2 picks from Mike Hughes trying to earn himself a new contract. We just might give it to him. And then we do have an injury, but let's check out the weekly awards. And I'm guessing Patrick Mahomes, yep. 6 total touchdowns. And we have a new injury. If it's Patrick Mahomes, I'm breaking my controller. It is McCole Hardman, dislocated ankle. That is okay. Let me just make sure. For the slot receiver, I still want Tyreek Hill. We got Pringle, and we got, why are they putting Marcus Kemp in over DeMarcus Robinson? I don't understand this game. But we got DeMarcus Robinson and Pringle. So He's out for the rest of the regular season. He should be back for the playoffs, especially if we get a bye week. The Raiders still have a chance to win the division against us. We got to finish strong. 2-12. Steelers 28-9. I love it. I love it. And this team is looking like a Super Bowl team that they should be. They're looking like the juggernauts when the computer controls them, as they should be. Probably didn't play Big Ben because they always cut him in preseason. Yep. So we played against Joshua Dobbs and Dwayne Haskins. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with the touchdown. Travis Kelce, 2 touchdowns. We needed that big game from him with McCole Hartman going down to injury with that dislocated ankle. Orlando Brown giving up a sack. Frank Clark, Melvin Ingram, Chris Jones, all with sacks. And we are rocking and rolling into the playoffs. Definitely going to be a playoff team. We're up 2 games against the Raiders. So if we win this game, we seal the division. So let's go ahead and just take care of business. We do have Joe Shiesty and the Bengals, and they need to win this game because they can't go to 8-8. So big game for them. They're at home. We can seal the division, and we lose by 2 points. So the Bengals fighting for their playoff lives as we go into the season finale against the Broncos, where if we win, we win the division. I think even if we lose, we might win the division. We got a turnover. And these teams that are beating us besides the Commanders, like the Raiders and the Bengals, like they barely beating us. Barely beating us. We threw a pick. 2 touchdowns for Tyreek Hill. DeMarcus Robinson had a touchdown. Dorian O'Daniel, Frank Clark with sacks. McPherson finally making his field goals against me. And we have the Broncos. So the Raiders are 11-5. So if they lose and we lose, we win. If they win, we lose, they have a chance to win the division. But if we win and they win, we win. So the odds are in our favor as we get Juan Thornhill back. Didn't know he was out. McCole Harmon's still out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture. Just want to know if we are the number 1 seed, and we actually are the number 1 seed. Bills right behind us. As you see, the Bengals moving to the 7th spot because they beat us. So that was an important win for them. And let's just see how much we are up in the AFC. So the Bills right behind us. We already beat them, though. The Raiders 3rd. So, and Broncos are even there. So we beat the Ravens. We beat all these AFC teams besides the Bengals. We beat the Bills, we beat the Raiders, we beat the Broncos, we beat the Ravens. We didn't beat the Bengals, we beat the Titans. So the only one that is scaring us is the Raiders. They win, we lose. I don't know who they're playing. They are playing the Chargers. So the Raiders most likely going to win that game. Bills are playing the Jets, so the Bills probably going to win their game. So we just need to win. That's all we need to do. Beat the Broncos. I don't know. Are the Broncos in too? They're 10-6. Yes, they are. So we might have 3 teams in our division make the playoffs. Let's go ahead and see if we can get the W on the road, finish the season strong. I want 13 wins, and we win. 35-24. As you see, the Raiders won their game. So we needed to win that game. We win the division. We make the playoffs. We get the first round bye. Team rankings. We were 3rd in points per game, 3rd in passing yards per game, rushing yards 19. That's okay because we're a passing team. Defensive points per game, though, only 9. Number 9. Defensive passing yards, dead last in the NFL, and then rushing yards was number 9. So the only category that we need to improve on is kind of the rushing attack. And our secondary is giving up, even though we're not giving up a lot of points, we give up a lot of yards. So definitely need to work on that. And then for the top performers, Patrick Mahomes up there at number 3, but Matt Ryan and Tom Brady above him. Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara. For the rushing leaders, Calvin Ridley, Scotty Miller, and Devontae Adams. Aaron Donald, Shaq Barrett, Melvin Ingram, 15 sacks. So we might need to bring him back. Tre'Davious White, JOK, Patrick Surtain II, and then Shaq Thompson, Devondre Campbell, and Jermaine Pat. And that's another thing that factors into this. You see, Melvin Ingram is a free agent in real life. So they might not bring him back. But because of what he did in year one for us in this rebuild, 15 sacks, if they don't bring him back in real life, I would bring him back on the game just because of his production. So I'm trying to factor in what's happening in real life, plus what I would do as a GM, plus production and people that deserve to come back. But we had fourth in offensive yards. Patrick Mahomes was third in passing, second touchdowns, sixth in passer rating. Defensive yards, 27. It was there over 1,000 yards, third in rushing touchdowns. The points scored, we know that we were third. And then, as you see, Tyreek Hill was second in receiving touchdowns. 43 touchdowns, 10 picks, 5,000 yards. 69% completion percentage, only 19 sacks allowed. So Patrick Mahomes could have been the MVP. And then look at Clyde Edwards-Helaire, averaged 4.2, 19 touchdowns, and 1,000 yards. I love it. And that's great for a passing offense, too. Patrick Mahomes with 2 more rushing touchdowns. So that's 45 touchdowns, about 4,300 yards. Jared McKinnon had 3 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill even had a touchdown. Darrell Williams with 2 touchdowns. And then 2,000-yard receivers. And it is Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. So Travis Kelce led the team in catches with 105, but Tyreek Hill was leading the team in yards, 16. And then Travis Kelce led the team in touchdowns with 17. McCole Hardman, before his injury, 799, 3 touchdowns. Demarcus Robinson, 650, 50 catches, and 3 touchdowns. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 500 yards, 2 touchdowns. So that's 1,500 yards from total scrimmage, total scrimmage yards, and over 20 touchdowns. And then Pringle even had 350, 30 catches, and 2 touchdowns. So a lot of production from the receiving corps. And then Lucas Niang, only 8 sacks allowed. That's great from the tackle position, especially his first year. Orlando Brown, that's great for a tackle. Great for a guard, Joe Thuney. Creed Humphrey, that's great for a center. Great for Trey Smith. So the O-line, overall, they played great. Nick Bolton led the team in tackles as a rookie. 6 TFLs, 2 sacks, a pick. Willie Gay, 118 tackles, 9 TFLs, a sack, and a pick. Mike Hughes, over 100 tackles, a sack, 2 picks. So that might have earned him a new contract. Travaris Ward had 3 picks and a half a sack. So they both played great, man. So I'm only going to bring back one, though. I think Travaris Ward, they let him go in real life. I think they brought back Mike Hughes in real life. I double-checked that. Honey Badger only had a sack and a pick. So now it's looking like I made the wrong decision, giving him that contract. But L'Jarius Sneed had 3 picks. Secondary didn't play that bad. They just gave up a lot of yards. And I'm looking at them TFL numbers, and I'm seeing great numbers. 20 for Chris Jones, 18 for Frank Clark, who they cut in real life. So don't know if we should cut him. I think I ain't going to cut him until we can get out that contract. 15 for Melvin Ingram. For the sacks, 15.5 for Melvin Ingram, 10 for Chris Jones, 10 for Frank Clark, 6.5 for Derek Nottie. Dorian O'Daniel played great. Played great as a sub-3 linebacker. That's great. Nick Bolton, 2 sacks, Willie Gay sack, Honey Badger, L'Jarius Sneed, Rashad Fenton, and then picks, L'Jarius Sneed, Ward, Mike Hughes. All 3 cornerbacks played well. Forced fumbles, 2 for Willie Gay, 1 for Nick Bolton, 1 for Honey Badger, 1 for Rashad Fenton, 1 for Chris Jones. We had a block for Willie Gay. We had a touchdown for Willie Gay. So Willie Gay, making me happy. We had an extra pointer blocked. And Harrison Buxer only missed 2 field goals. I know the 71% looks bad, but it's because it was 5 out of 7. Long as it's 47 yards, he ain't have to kick no long field goals. So Townsend, 52.2 for the average inside the 2011 times. Longest was 71, 15 touchbacks. I'll take that. And then as you saw, Jared McKinnon, I'm bringing him back. He had a special team touchdown, and Tyreek Hill had a special team touchdown. Yearly awards, MVP, give it to me, Patrick Mahomes. And it is Lamar Jackson beating us out. That's bullshit. We had 13 wins to your 11. Robbed. Coach of the year, Andy Reid, robbed. Not even on the list. All the way down here at number 10. I want to win the Super Bowl now. Offensive player of the year, Lamar Jackson. Robbed us. Defensive player of the year, Josh Allen. We had Melvin Ingram at 3. Chris Jones at 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Trevor Lawrence. Defensive Rookie of the Year, give it to me, Willie Gay. No, it's JOK. Nick Bolton at 4. Willie Gay is actually a second-year player. So that was my mistake. Best quarterback, Lamar Jackson. They put Derek Carr over Patrick Mahomes. The disrespect. Running back, Nick Chubb. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at number 2, so we're just getting robbed. Best receiver, Tyreek Hill, so we finally got an award. I wish they had a best tight. I don't know why they don't got a best tight end award. Or help out with tight ends going up depth trait, even though we don't need one for Travis Kelce. And then best offensive lineman was Ronnie Stanley. Getting robbed again. Joe Thuney at 2. Creed Humphrey at 5. Orlando Brown at 9. Best D lineman, Myles Garrett. We get robbed again. Melvin Ingram at number 2. We got Chris Jones at 4. Frank Clark at 6. So we just runner-ups for everything. Linebacker. We don't have anybody. DB, Tre'Davious White and Jordan Poyer. And then best kicker was Tyler Bass. And we got Bucker at 10. So we do have a bye week. Go ahead, upgrade the team. And see who will be playing next week in the divisional round. And would you look at that? It's the AFC Championship game of real life where the Bengals won and went to the Super Bowl, but we're playing them in the divisional round. As they beat the Bills, Broncos beat the Ravens, and the Titans, thank you for beating the Raiders. So the Broncos still alive from our division. And we are playing Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's hop in and see how this plays out. Actually, this is year 1. So we're not going to hop in. We're just going to straight up simulate it. And we win 33-31. And we're going to the AFC Championship game, just like the Chiefs of real life. And we won in overtime because of a safety. Wow. I want to know who made that tackle. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Jarrett McKinnon. We shut down Joe Mixon. Tyreek Hill and Pringle went crazy. It's Travis Kelce. So we still don't have McCole Harmon back. He should be coming back this week. Melvin Ingram, Frank Clark with sacks. Butker, Townsend inside the 20. Who made that tackle, though? Had to be one of these 4. It was either Nick Bolton, Derek Nottie, Darian O'Daniel, or Chris Jones. Whoever it was, thank you for getting that safety. That's a crazy way to end the game. A safety and OT to go to the AFC Championship game. And we are going to be playing the Tennessee Titans. No, I don't want to upgrade Jordy Fortson. But we're playing Derrick Henry, Tennessee Titans. We beat them in the regular season. So let's see if we can beat them again to go to the Super Bowl year 1. And we lose 26-20. And for some reason, it's not letting me look at the stats for the game. But we lose in the second round. No, championship game. We lose in the championship game, which I'm not that mad about because the Chiefs lost in a championship game in real life. So it makes it a little accurate. And what happened? Ryan Tannehill had the game of his life. The O-line gave up 5 sacks. Derrick Henry, we still kind of shut him down. Darrell Williams had the 2 touchdowns. Julio Jones, who was cut in real life, Tyreek Hill got shut down a little bit. Orlando Brown just wolfed, man. 3 sacks allowed. Frank Clark did his thing. Melvin Ingram. Townsend. So we're going home. Unfortunately, no Super Bowl year 1, but AFC Championship game. That was great. It's a great year. And we have a breakout player scenario that's a glitch. We do have a weekly award, and it is Frank Clark. And then we'll check out the Pro Bowlers. We should have plenty of Pro Bowlers to represent us for year 1. Patrick Mahomes, that makes 1. I would put Clyde Edwards-Helaire up there, but it's hard to beat out Chubb, Mixon, and Taylor. Tyreek Hill makes 2, of course. Travis Kelce, 3. We already know those 3 were going to be in there. Creed Humphrey makes 4. And that's it. Only Creed Humphrey from the O-line. Melvin Ingram makes 5. Chris Jones makes 6. Mike Hughes makes 4. 7. So I was reading cornerback 4. So with his contract up and the season he had, I think we're going to choose him over Travis Ward. Townsend makes 8, so our punter made it. So shout out to our 8 Pro Bowlers. And it is the Bucs against the Titans in the Super Bowl. I am rooting for the Bucs. Beat the Titans, please, because they shouldn't be there. We should have had a rematch, Chiefs and Bucs. That would have happened if the computer was controlling the Chiefs. But just because I'm controlling them, Madden wanted to give us a different team in the Super Bowl. So, go Bucs. Let's see if we have any dev trait upgrades. Maybe Clyde Edwards-Helaire, superstar. No, he stays the same. O-line stays the same. I love seeing all them silvers. Don't have to address O-line. And then on the defensive side, Melvin Ingram goes up to superstar, but I'm not excited about that because he is old. They're probably going to knock him down to star, maybe even normal dev. Mike Hughes probably should have went up, but they gave it to L'Jarius Sneed. L'Jarius Sneed, did he get that? Yeah. His dev trait increased, so we have a new superstar cornerback 1. I like the play of Mike Hughes. I like what Travis Ward did. Juan Thornhill didn't hit that dev trait scenario, so he's still a star. Man, I think they should have gave Willie Gay a dev trait the season he had. That's crazy. But shout out to Melvin Ingram and L'Jarius Sneed, our 2 new superstars on the defensive side. And let's see who wins the Super Bowl. Go Bucs. As McCole Hardman still didn't come back. He just now coming back from injury. And the Bucs do win the Super Bowl. They beat them in overtime, 27-21. Tom Brady gets the Super Bowl, 8 rings. And on the side, we have Lamar Jackson, Matt Rule, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Donald, Trevor Lawrence, JOK, all the awards. And let's get on to the contract signings and to the offseason and see what we're going to do in free agency in the draft. As the mock draft 3, so we are going to be picking way down here. And they have us taking that receiver, Enrique Virgil. So I like it. Could use a wide receiver 3. Maybe even a wide receiver 2. And let's check out the retirements. I know sometimes Andy Reid does retire, so at some point we might have to take over for him as Roger Saffold and Sue retires from the Super Bowl teams. Did we have any retirements for the Chiefs? I can't think of anybody that would. And I'm not seeing nobody, and not even Andy Reid, so no retirements. Let's take a look at the contract negotiations. So Melvin Ingram does go all the way down to a 79 normal dev. Knew he wasn't going to keep his super. Led the team in sacks. Made the Pro Bowl. Production, man. I think we bring him back. I think we bring him back. Travaris Ward, I'm going to let go. But Mike Hughes, I'm going to give a contract to. Derek Noddy, what did he do? Did he do enough to earn a new contract? Yes, he did. That's a great year. So Derek Noddy, I would love to bring back. A 4-year deal. He comes back. And then, unfortunately, we're probably going to lose Demarcus Robinson. It's time for him to go. Jaron Reed. McKinnon, I want back. I'm going to offer him a contract in free agency. And then we're going to lose some depth linemen in Blythe and Long, but they can start somewhere else. Darrell Williams will lose. Mike Rimmers, Baker, stay out of trouble. Mike Burton, I'm probably going to want to bring back, or we might even draft a fullback because we don't got enough money, a lot of money. Or Daniel, so we're definitely going to need a left outside linebacker. Gore, Neiman, Wiley. Damn, a lot of depth pieces, man. A lot of depth pieces. Prince, I would love to bring back to keep some depth on the O-line. So, yeah, we're going to be losing some guys. A lot of depth pieces, but we rewarded Melvin Ingram, Mike Hughes. Those guys played great, so we're bringing them back. And let's see if we can cut some people to free up some money. We got Patrick Mahomes. As the screen looks a little bit weird, I think it moved down a little bit, glitching a little bit. We lost Mike Burton, so we need a fullback. We definitely need a wide receiver 3. As they're bringing in all these damn guys from the practice squad. Travis Kelce, we got Noah Gray still. We brought back Prince to be a backup. Dooney, we still got Nick Allegretti, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, Lucas Niang. Still got Joshua, Mike Dana. So we still got depth at D tackle. Definitely need a left outside linebacker. I mean, we could cut Anthony Hitchens. That'll save us about $4 million. I know he's a team captain. We could move him out to the left side, though, if we can't find anybody. So we'll keep him for now because that's not a lot of money. And we still got Rashawn Fenton at cornerback 3. So, I mean, I think we have enough money to make at least one big signing, not too big of a signing. We could go left outside linebacker. We could go, can't cut Frank Clark now. We can go left outside linebacker and maybe even sign a receiver, but it looks like we're going to draft one. So we could go left outside linebacker. Let's see if they let L'Jarius Sneed keep that superstar dev, and they didn't. They didn't. So let's look into free agency, see what's there. We got about, 10 and a half. If we look at positions of need, we need corner, but not really. Rashad Fenton could be cornerback 3 this upcoming season. Left outside linebacker, if nobody's there, we can move Anthony Hitchens out there and he can play it. There's not a lot of money to work with. Left end, don't need it. See, I think we might save all our money. We don't need anybody on the O-line. Let's check out receivers. If we bring in a receiver, we don't have to draft one. Odell. Zach Pascal. Ooh, Deontay Harris on this team. But I don't want to waste all that money. Let's look at Michael Burton's not even a scheme fit. So we might even just draft a fullback. And the Chiefs in real life have actually been quiet in free agency. So I think they did sign a safety, though. I think they signed, was it Marcus Williams they signed? I don't remember where Marcus Williams went, but other than that, the Chiefs have been quiet in free agency. So I don't think I'm going to make any moves. I think I'm just going to sit back, let everybody else do their thing, and we're just going to improve through the draft. I mean, we could bring in a left outside linebacker. We could bring in a receiver. But I think we'd be better off just drafting. I kind of want to spend money on a fullback. Like an Alec Ingold, maybe. But would it be worth spending money and bringing us down to 7.4 cap room on a fullback? No, it's not. So we're just going to sit back and save the little bit of money we got and just improve this team through the draft. We lost a lot of depth pieces, but I think we should still be good. Next year we'll have a little bit more money. And let's take a look at the mock draft. And for us, I think it's just best player available. I know we want to improve the defense, but they have us taking this receiver, Enrique Virgil, and I don't hate it. And he spent 4.28. It's a lock. It's a lock. It's a lock. It is a lock. It's a lock. We're taking Enrique Virgil at pick 30. Him, McCole Hardman, and Tyreek, good luck. Good luck covering that. So let's go ahead and scout some of these people. We do need a fullback. Oh, I forgot about Jared McKinnon. I want to bring him back for special teams. But there is a fullback here, Neil Kendrick. A run blocking. On the 4.93, bench is 23. A stiff arm, B impact blocking. We got our fullback. Let's take a look at these other guys, though. F's, nope. And Isaiah Woodson, he's actually faster, stronger. So I'll put him on the list, too. He actually kind of looks like a running back. So for the receivers, I want Enrique Virgil. They have us projected to take him. Runs a 4.28, a spectacular catch, too. I love it. Nope, not Jamie. I want Enrique Virgil. These other guys are probably going to be taken. Don't need anybody on the O-line. We could use a future starting left end. So let's take a look at Shakir Boatwright, F block shed, and I don't like that. Does have A hit power and B stamina, though. But I don't like those Fs. Here's another Virgil. Is he the brother of that receiver that we're looking to take? I don't know. He doesn't look that great. Right in. Let's see if there's somebody. We can get Zach Colbert. B finesse moves. 4.61. B pursuit. So I like him. Got F injury, so he probably gets hurt a lot. F block shed, and I don't like that. But the B finesse, I don't like that. Don't like him. D tackle, we really don't need. We paid Derek Nottie. Even though there's a guy down here, Toby Kovacs, he might slip. So let's just see if we can add him to the list. Actually, deeper, he doesn't look that good. Left outside linebacker, we do need, though. We do need. But this guy, A catching, A man, C awareness, C hit power. So I like him, even though I usually don't look at the players that have that red arrows going down on the side, like they drop down. But I need to start doing that. I know some of them fall in the draft. Some of them get passed over by players. But some of them can be actually good. Some of them can be pretty good. So he doesn't look too bad. Devin McGee. And then we can even actually look at middle linebacker and move somebody out. The left outside linebacker. B, D zone, C power. So Rafael Gutierrez, he looks okay. What about Paul Bowman? C tackling, but D pursuit. A awareness, though. That A awareness might help him out. So he looks good. And then we'll look at right outside linebacker. B tackling. Strongest A awareness, B man, A impact blocking. Okay, David Mcmanus has to be a second round pick for us. And then for cornerbacks, I mean, we can look more down here at day 3, guys. Keith Prince, C man, runs a 4.31. Be like a special teams guy. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Keith Prince. And then we got our punter, we got our kicker, but I definitely need to go get Jared McKinnon back. That's who I want back. Special teams, don't see it a lot in the Madden sim, the touchdowns, but he did his thing. He definitely deserves to get rewarded. Welcome back, Jared McKinnon. I'll give him a 2-year deal. Give him that. He'll be our only free agent signing. I definitely want that receiver. I want that fullback in the draft. I want one of those linebackers. So we get Jared McKinnon back. I'll do the private workouts, even though it's probably not going to work. Let's do Virgil. Let's do Mcmanus. And let's do, was it McGee or was it Bowman? I'd rather do Bowman. Those are the guys we're targeting. Move on to next week. Maybe this is the part where we get kicked out. Yep, called it. No worries. We'll just sign back in. See where everybody else signed. See if anybody in our division made any big moves. Since we didn't make any big moves. And then we'll get on with the draft. Add that receiver. And make this offense even more dangerous. Even more faster. We're going to have too much speed to cover. Plus Travis Kelce. Plus Clyde Edwards-Helaire having a breakout year. Should have won at the Superstar Dev. And we'll take a look at the final mock draft. Should be the same. We should be taking that receiver. Yep. And take a look at the free agency recap. So nobody wanted any Antonio Brown problems, but the Raiders are going to get Sebastian Joseph Day. Broncos are going to get Jack Fox. Broncos are also going to get Ronnie Harrison. Chargers get Henry Ruggs. And the Chargers get Cam Sutton. And they get Jan Reed. So Jan Reed stays within the division. Broncos also get Austin Johnson at defensive tackle. But that's it for the free agency. Let's go ahead and get on to the NFL draft. I'm excited. Thank you to the mock draft for actually helping us out with this pick. And Steelers, number 1 overall pick. Let's see who they take. And they take a quarterback. So Big Ben's replacing will be Michael Rudd. Giants, are they going to take a quarterback to replace Daniel Jones? They do. Bryce Richards out of USC. Lions, are they going to take a quarterback? No. They get a cornerback. Try to play up with Jeff Okudah. Eagles, are they going to give up on Jalen Hurts? Nope, they're going to go secondary. And then the Texans, 5, they go left in. Try to get their Jadeveon Clowney. But let's go ahead to our pick. Hopefully nobody takes that receiver before us. And there are 3 receivers ahead of Enrique Virgil. So we didn't look at these guys, but I am going to look at them now. You got this 6'3" guy, a break tackle, Jerry Patton. You got this white guy, Ben Abel, 6'5", a injury. Doesn't look that good, though. Lamar Drummond. Don't know much about him. He also runs a 4.28. A juke move, B kick return. But Virgil, 6'1", it was a 4.28. A spectacular catch. B release. As there is a right end, there's some cornerback, there's a middle linebacker there. TJ Florence. Maybe we could go on the defensive side. and get our left outside linebacker. Runs a 4.39. Man. But we're most likely going to go with Anthony Hitchens, or if we can get a linebacker in the second round. But I'm going to stick to the mock draft. I know there is these 3 receivers ahead. Even this guy is a round 1, not round 1/2. But we're going to go Enrique Virgil. Wide receiver, B release, C catch, and A spectacular catch, 4.28 speed. Hidden depth, 92 acceleration, 96 agility, 95 speed. We made the right decision. This team just got scarier. See who the Titans take, just because they beat us. They take the offensive lineman. And let's see who the Bucks. Let's see who the Bucks take. See if they get trying to get a defensive end to replace 2.
Let's see what direction they go.
And I'm thinking, I don't know what our picks are. I don't know if they got their second and third round picks. They do. But should we move up to get a Paul Bowman or a David Mcmanus? Will they be there? A awareness, man. I want David Mcmanus.
Okay,
let's see how much we have to move up.
And now we turn to the Colts.
Lamar Drummond. So, yeah, those first-round receivers are even still up there. Let's just see where Mcmanus falls on the board, how far down he is. So, he's right there. So, he might get taken. So, if we want to get him, we might have to move up. And then one of those middle linebackers. But we should still be able to get McGee or Bowman.
Now on the clock.
So, I don't think it's worth moving up for him.
The Chiefs on the clock now.
Even though I'm pretty sure he's going to be a good player, we can still get Bowman. Toby Kovacs, Carlos Rodriguez. And like I said, so even though the right outside linebacker got taken, we have our options here. We could take McGee, A man coverage, A catching, C awareness. He's more of a pass coverage linebacker. Well, it says run stopper, but he plays like a pass coverage guy. You could probably move him back to safety too. He's kind of small. But Carlos Rodriguez, first rounder. Don't know much about him, but looks like he sucks. But Raphael looks okay. But this Bowman guy who we fell in love with, he has that B block shed, D pursuit, C tackling, but A awareness, B man coverage, B fanus, B catching. So he's just almost as good as the other guy that had the A catching or whatever. 6'3", 237. He's a pass coverage one. So we'll take, man, doesn't fit the scheme though. We'll take Paul Bowman.
Okay, it's the
Draft King. Let's go. 2 for 2, hidden depth trait. 1 on offense, 1 on defense. We love it. And then the rest of the draft, we're just gonna fill in the blanks, man. Fill in the blanks. I definitely want that fullback. We might even take 2 fullbacks because I think that other fullback down here could possibly be like a power running back for us, or maybe in a third tight end or something. Let's see who might have fell. McGee is there. Do we take McGee? But people are passing on him for a reason. We don't need another linebacker, but we could always move him to cornerback or safety. He looks like an athlete. As there is no cornerbacks for us. So we might take McGee and move his position. And I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and take McGee, move him to safety or cornerback, something. He looks like an athlete. Says he's a run stopper, but look at this. 6'2", 225. 4'6", 3. Okay, so yeah, he probably could play safety. A man. A catching. Gonna take McGee. Normal dev, but we're gonna find a spot on him for a team. He's just a athlete. And then with this next pick, honestly, I'm thinking about taking that fullback fourth round. We're not playing around. We're gonna get a fullback on his roster. Neil Kendrick, welcome to the team.
All right, next
normal dev. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm pretty sure he has a high overall. Thought he might have had a hidden dev trait. Okay, 6th round pick. We might even take the other fullback. I do want a cornerback. Got Jimmy Jones here. That was a 4.4. A block shedding, A stamina, B tackle, B. He just don't got hit power. I like it. Let's go ahead and take Jimmy Jones.
It's the Cowboys now on the clock.
And then with this last pick, I might just double dip at fullback. On
the clock now, the Chiefs.
And use that other fullback as like a power running back or something. Let's look at Raphael Barton before we do that. C break tackle, 4.52. B kick return. I mean, we got McKinnon for that. So Isaiah Woodson was a 4.82. Can he catch? If he can catch, I'll move him to. Yeah, if he can catch, I'll move you to tight end. Don't know if we should double dip at tight end. Left end. We definitely need a backup left end. So let's look at. Probably have to look at the D tackles. Got Doug Landry. He's 290. He can move to left end. D block shedding. F hit power. C impact block. So that's not good. Marcus Balls. D power moves, but B tackling. C awareness. F hit power. 286. Small D tackles. What he bench? 32. B impact blocking. Let's take Caleb Rucker. Caleb Rucker. Move him to left end, and that'll do it for our draft. Our first draft. Got the guys we wanted. Glad I didn't trade up for that right outside linebacker because we was able to get a hidden dev linebacker in our second round with our second round pick. But let's take a look at the draft recap, and we did okay. Wide receiver 76 overall. Fast as hell. Scary with him. Tyreek Hill, McCall Hartman, Travis Kelce. Oh, Paul Bowman. We're going to move him out to the left outside linebacker. So these guys, Paul Bowman. And look at that. He's balanced. He can pass coverage, field general, and run stopper. So we're going to move him out to left outside linebacker. We got Virgil. Deep threat. Can run routes. Just got to work on his medium route running a little bit. He's going to be a beast. Maggie said he was an athlete. We're going to try to find a spot on the team. Probably going to move him out to safety. And that fullback, I told you, he's going to be a high overall. Jones was a good depth cornerback draft pick. Same thing with Rucker. I didn't expect him to be that rating. And then I didn't know that we had another 7th-round pick. And look at that. The game took the other fullback for me that we was going to take. So if he can catch a little bit, he got a little bit of speed on him. Can you catch? He can carry. Catching 64. So his route run is okay. We'll definitely move him to fullback. And let's take a look at, I want to look at that right outside linebacker and probably some of those receivers that we passed on. The best player in the draft was that cornerback that went to the Eagles. It was a cornerback draft. Top 3 players were all cornerbacks. Virgil was okay. Driver, Rudd, Nobles. Who was I looking at again? Receiver, right outside linebacker. So Drummond, who we passed on, was only a normal, but he's fast as hell as well. But we made the right decision. James Kemp. Great that we passed on him. Look like we made all the right decisions so far. And then we just want to look at that right outside linebacker. It was David Mcmanus, 72 overall, went to the Jaguars, and he was hit in death. So, I mean, if we traded up for him, it wouldn't have been a bad decision, but we got just as good as a player with our second-round pick. But we made it to the AFC Championship game, lost to the Titans. We had 8 Pro Bowlers. We got kicked out again. We had a bunch of runner-ups with the awards, but we saved our money, only brought back Jarrett McKinnon in free agency, got another fast receiver, got a linebacker to replace Dorian O'Daniel. But that'll wrap it up for part 1 until the next episode.